Are you a sheep or are you a shepherd? Because I'm going to prove that the majority of you are sheep. This is the story. There was once a figure who was loved, not liked, not tolerated, loved by the black community, loved by the Jewish community, loved by the Greek, the Italian, the Caribbean, the Southern, the urban, the rural. Even the timekeepers of culture, the critics, the artists, the trendsetters nodded in approval. This figure didn't ask for praise, didn't chase headlines, just helped those in financial ruin, helped those trying to climb the ladder, helped those who had dreams but no backing. There were entrepreneurs, many of them black, who couldn't get loans from banks. They came with business plans, hope, and desperation. This figure listened and gave them the money. No paperwork, no interest, just belief. And when they succeeded, they came back to repay the debt. This figure would tear up the check in front of them. All I want is for you to achieve what you were meant to achieve. There was a young man, let's call him Joey, who wanted to rise. This figure gave him a platform. No strings, no debt, just belief. There was a woman, let's call her Jen, whose voice could shake the heavens. This figure gave her a stage, not for profit, for purpose. There was a leader, let's call him Jack, who wanted to run. This figure supported him, not for politics, for principle, and none of them were asked to pay it back. Not in money, not in loyalty. It was given freely, and the people loved this figure for it, until they didn't. The shift. One day, the narrative changed. The same figure who had lifted others was suddenly labeled dangerous, divisive, unacceptable. The same communities that once embraced now recoiled. The same voices that once praised now protested. The same media that once amplified now erased. But the figure hadn't changed. The story had the machinery. Behind the curtain, the machinery was humming. Activists were paid. Protests were staged. Outrage was manufactured. The flock was told, this one is the problem. This one must be condemned. This one is not who you thought. And they obeyed. They marched. They posted. They voted. But they never asked, what changed? They never asked, where's the evidence? They never asked, why did we turn? Because they had been conditioned not to think, but to react. The mirror. And now, years later, the question remains, how could they treat this figure like trash? How could they betray someone who gave so much? How could they forget the help, the kindness, the belief? How could they be so easily turned? So I ask again, are you a sheep or are you a shepherd? Because I've proven that the majority of you are sheep. Do you feel this person was mistreated? Do you feel the betrayal was unjust? Do you feel the narrative was manipulated? Then stay tuned. Part 2 will reveal everything.